Hello and welcome. So I'm here at the 99 Summoning Guy, and you're able to talk to him to claim the reward if you finish the familiarization. So I'm going to be doing triple charms for 40 minutes at Water Fiends. So I used my 40 minutes of triple charms. I got about 253 crimsons. I didn't really get much greens or gold. It was mostly about the crimson. So I just finished another clue, and let's see what I get. Teleports. I just finished my last trip at Waterfiends and I kind of just failed my random. I forgot to look at Molly to see which was her clone, so I got teleported wherever I am now. But anyway, so if I go to my bank, I have just enough to get 69 summoning, but right now, currently, I'm like not sure if I could afford it in. Like, I have enough charms for 69, but the shards are expensive. I bought the secondaries already. Let's see. The other secondary haven't sold in the Grand Exchange yet. But so I might have to sell some of my armor to be able to afford the shards, and then I'll just have to buy it back later. So now that I have all the charms I need, secondaries and pouches, I just need to buy shards from this guy. So I calculated I'm pretty sure I just need like 4 mil and 52k worth. So let's see how much I could buy. I probably can't afford that, but I'm sure it'll buy as much as I can. And then just buy the rest in spirit shards till I run out of cash. And of course, I can always sell this back if I can't like use them. And open all shards and 162k shards, 1.2k crimsons, and a bunch of secondaries. Oh wait, the pouches go on the bottom. And I have my token ring for quick banking. Doing smoke devils, I'm getting about 6k per trip, and I'm fairly close to the level. I think this is infused pouch first, and this should get me a level to level 62. And right there, level 62 summoning. 63. And with the last 8 of the Smoke Devil, I should get level 64. There you go, 64. Allowing me to make Stranger Plant pouches. 65. 66. 67. That box has been there for quite a while. Level 68, and now I can use Abundant. And with these very last pouches, I get level 69 summoning. And after I get 69 summoning, I finally can use a fruit bat, which is very helpful in God Wards, and now I can finally start doing God Wards. I got my fruit bat there, and I still have like 10 spirit shards left over, but I could just easily sell that in the Grand Exchange, or I could sell that to the person in Nills. And from making all these pouches, I still get money back because the pouches are still worth something just because they're you can trade them in for some spirit shards. And let's see how much they're worth altogether. So it took me 308 of these Smoke Devil pouches and 927 Stranger Plants to get up to this. So let's see, 2.8 mil, and I spent like 4 mil on just the spirit shard. So I lost some cash, but this is going to help me later on. Oh, this is new. Instead of just showing what I unlocked on level 69, they're showing everything that I unlocked because I didn't click on these before, and it's showing everything I got from level 62 to 69, which I got today. So I'm still doing my dailies. I was using the Toko ring for when I was doing summoning. It's very helpful, although I don't get the right click teleport. I gotta do right click teleport and then select the teleport I want to go, but I don't have to go to my bank and withdraw a new dueling ring. Which is nice because often when I did it with the dual ring method, I often forgot to get a new one. Then I had to bring a glory, and I think I only have one charge left on my glory. So I have pouches in my inventory. I have a small pouch that I got from the Abyss. I got a medium pouch I got from the Runecrafting Guild. I think this one was free, although on the wiki it says I have to pay. I could be wrong on that. I got a large pouch. I paid 25k for this, and a giant pouch. I paid 50k for this from the Runecrafting Guild. And I was surprised that you can actually buy pouches because before I got them normally. I would go to the abyss and just kill the monsters there, and I think I killed the small ones to get the pouches, but I mean, this was several years ago. So yeah, I would bring pouches along, fill it up with essence. It's good that they added the right click fill But sometimes I wish it was the first option instead of deposit being the first option when you're in the bank. So when I go to craft, I usually go to the death altar because death runes are probably the most valuable rune that you can make. Mostly because it's free to play. So for the 2 trips I go, I use about 54 essence per trip, and then there's a 100 free essence from the hood for a total of 208 essence used. At 65, rune crafting you make about 2 mil per hour because you make only one death rune per rune. But then at level 86, which is what I'm at, I make like 1.2, 1.3 death runes per rune. So that's around 2.6 mil per hour. And about EXP, it's only about 60k per hour. But hey, you're still making money. So I've added another thing to my dailies. I would be buying the Mithril Seeds from the Legends Guild. To get to the Legends Guild, you have to complete the quest. You go teleport to Artie, you run northeast, go through the gate, up the stairs, take the left ladder, and then there's a shop. It costs us about 150k to buy out the entire stock. Then you could just sell it in the Grand Exchange. The whole thing takes maybe 90 seconds to do. Well, it's a little under 90 seconds. So if from in the video, I sold it for about 80, 90k profit. So saying it's an 80k profit. So that is about 3.2 mil per hour. And that's pretty easy since it's just another thing where you go to the shop, buy, and sell it in the Grand Exchange. And of course, you could sell it for higher if you want a little more profit. Like for me, I like my Grand Exchange offers are not really that taken up. I have maybe one offer where I'm trying to flip something. So if you want to make a little more profit, you can sell for a little higher in the Grand Exchange. During Simon's Maxscape livestream, he had a Free For All Corp event after his Maxscape livestream, and at some point people started dropping random pouches everywhere. There were like Barker Toads, Overlord, something, I don't know the name of it. Then there were these Spirit Cora, I don't know what they're exactly called, but I tried selling them in a Grand Exchange after, and I sold for like only 100 GP, which was quite low since all pouches you're able to exchange them for a certain amount of Spirit Shards, and those Spirit Shards you're able to exchange for 25 GP each to this person in Yanil, and it's always 25 GP, which keeps the prices at a consistent, like it should be only above a certain price range. So I thought this would be another one of the items where there's not that many people buying or selling it, so you can easily make profit from it either from buying low and selling higher, or in the case of shards or pouches, you could actually just put an offer buy it low and just run to the person south of Yanil to swap out your pouches for spirit shards. Then go to the person in Yanil and swap it for actual cash. So I did that. I bought 100 for 200 GP each. It cost me maybe 20k. Then I swapped the pouches for shards, sold the shards to the person in Unil, and got 155k. So that's 130k profit for just a random item buying in the Grand Exchange. And that's what I like about the pouches, is that they are always supposed to be above a certain amount of value in the Grand Exchange just because of their minimum value that you could get from their shards. Mostly because you could bring noted items to swap. If I remember there was a time when you couldn't and you had to bring it one by one, and that was god awful annoying. But you could actually make some decent cash per hour. It wasn't much cash at the time, but it was some. So I have a Mana Glory in my house now, but while I was in my house, I noticed that my bedroom was up there on the second floor. My fireplace is over there on the second floor, and I have a dining room way over there on the second floor. So I guess sometime, I don't remember when, I had a staircase, but now I don't, and somehow removed the staircase with it. But yeah, so I have a glory now. I can use it to go to places. So I'm here at the Birth of Lodestone, right here, and I want to show you a very interesting way to get to Barrows. So you want to run over east, get the recommendations from the drill sergeant. He is the agility trainer. Click to see more, and then look for, let's see, it's somewhere here, Darkness a Holloway. And I already completed this quest, but I could still use the home teleport to teleport to the starting location of the quest. So you click confirm for yes, that was down here, and then it'll home teleport you. It takes a couple seconds. Now there are a variety of places that this can bring you. I read from a comment which led me to find out this feature in the game, and I'll probably do a separate video picking out the locations that are actually very useful. There's quite a few. It's very useful if you haven't unlocked like certain teleports, and even if you unlock all the teleports, there are some that are just beneficial. There are some midway points. So yeah, that was bricked right down there. And then to get to Barrows, you just run northeast. Northeast of here is the Barrows. There is, like right here, is the summoning bridge where you can't bring any familiars. Now, if you were able to bring familiars, I guess Barrows would be just too easy. You are able to use this feature 10 times per day, but after you use up your first 10 free teleports, you could use one more teleport every 30 minutes. It's like the old home teleport where you're restricted to using it once per 30 minutes, but then it doesn't stack up. Drop some stuff so I could get the loot, and let's see. Parapots. Runes, that's what? 500 chaos runes? Oh, it's only 34k, but wow. That's still a lot. But right now I'm just worried about prayer, so I'm just gonna pick up the prayer pots that I dropped and drop the runes. I'll eventually be able to keep these. If gotta have the screen not shaking while I pick this up. And drink one more sip. And I could get the last prayer pot that I could just sip again and pick up the chaos rune. Chaos. There you go. And let's see what I get. And Verac skirt. Awesome. And I ended up selling the skirt for mid 524k. Okay, so if you look at my A log, you'll see that I got the Dharok and Guthans Platebody at the exact same time, and I kind of lost the clip of that. But I didn't even know you could still get double loot, but guess that's just because of the Ring of Wealth. Hard clue, open chest, what do I get? And teleports. So I was kind of disappointed that that one double drop I got with the what was it, Guthans Platebody and Dharok legs. It uh I don't know what happened. I had the recording on my computer. I saved it because I wanted to go to sleep. And then one of the recordings, like I had two files saved. One was when I was doing a Barrow strip, and then the other was when I was just messing around in my house, trying to find out where my bedroom was and why my butler had to leave. So yeah, like the house one, that one worked out fine. Like it saved properly. But then when I tried to open up the double loot, it did not work. Which is, yeah, oh well. Whatever happened happened. So the Guthan's plate was like 500k. It's not much, but Dharok is like a mil for the legs, which is a lot. So that really helped me when I was doing the summoning. Oh, these clips aren't, they're not all in order. I just sort them out by what's relevant. So I put the summoning part first because I wanted to show my achievements from, I was 61 summoning at the start, then I got to 69. I was kind of shocked at how many charms per hour you could use. I used 1.2k in like half an hour, and like in that half an hour, I was like just cutting in clips that I needed. So I would only record when I was about to get the level, and so that's really good summoning EXP per hour. So the items really help me to buy the spirit shards so I don't have to like buy the spirit shards and then once I use up all the spirit shards I have, sell the pouches and then buy more spirit shards. That gets kind of annoying, but that might be needed when I'm gonna go for 88 summoning for the unicorn, but that's probably not gonna be for a long time. So I want to go to Bandos, so I gotta start looking on the forums. Although I looked recently again and it's not that welcoming for people who only have like piety. I don't have a god sword. I only have a whip, so that's not too good. I might get a dragon defender, but what I really wanted to try was to be low HP Dharok because well, I would need a tank, somebody to tank, and somebody I trust. Well, I mean, starting out, you don't really know anybody, so it's going to be hard to start out. But low HP Dharok, that is extremely fun at Bandos except when you die. But those high hits, it's like even with piety, you can hit like thousands in max strength, but that's max strength. So more realistically, it's high 800s to be expected. 990s would be nice. So obviously I'm going to be doing bandos in the next video, but I'm not sure about when I should start doing dungeoneering. In terms of efficiency, it would be much better to get a rapier from dungeoneering way early because it'll help in the long run. But I want to show, or at least some parts, that you can make money without having to do dungeoneering. And dungeoneering is a very big problem because it is very hard to start out. But there are other stuff I could also do, like fight kiln. I'm not gonna do much of that. Like, even with like 1.5 hour fight kilns, it is still better money than probably Bandos because Bandos, let's say a Formable God Sword. I don't even know the prices on Bandos armor, but it can't be that good from the averages. And since you have to split it with people, it won't be as good. But I've also thought of trying to do free for all Bandos where I am low HP Dark and there's just some other guy with like whatever gear he may have, like maybe Torva, Turmoil, Rapier, Dreadnips. Steel Titan just never hits on Bandos, nor does it on Nex. Like, I have never seen a Steel Titan hit Nex before. And another thing I like about the fight count is you can pretty much AFK up until Jads and Hard. And Jads, they go by pretty quick if you are using magic. It's not too bad, especially if you have a Mage Crystal, but I usually save that for Harkin so I could speed through that and not use as much food. And each is, let's see, a Fury is like 5-6 mil. So that's at least 2-3 mil per hour easily. So when I was starting out, I actually do not remember doing much of money making. What I mostly did was Slayer because at the time I was more thinking about scaling and I actually did not know how to do PVM. Like I was afraid to go bandits because I had no idea what to do. And I was really like I wouldn't even use super pots. I would use a dragon battle axe, restore potion, and super attack. Just because it's a little cheaper because super strength was a little more expensive and the only way I made some kind of money, even though it wasn't good cash per hour, I was in this community clan. It was just where we would do bi-weekly events. And each time we would go do some kind of either mini game or boss hunting. Mostly it was boss hunting. And like then it was like a couple 100K splits and at the time that was good for me. Like I was satisfied with just getting like a 600K Armadillo hilt split and at the time it was like 50 mil AGS. It's been a long time. It was back before free trade. So since most of my money was made from doing Slayer, and I was kind of like, if you're in a large team, it's practically a mass, and if it's a mass, you're practically getting carried along to make your money. So my early days, I really don't know what I was doing. So this is gonna be kind of interesting. Like I'm thinking of either bringing a whip defender. If I go with a whip, I gotta get a defender, and that means I gotta go to Warriors Guild and kill some Cyclops. Although that means I have to do. They have like new points, one for everything, and that's gonna be hard because before I used to just farm points by doing the on the second floor. There's this thing where you just before you go there, you dip at the Ooglock pool, get infinite energy, then do the one where you throw the weights across, and that was really good points per hour. So yeah, if I plan to bring a whip, I gotta get a defender, and then if I gotta get defender, kill a Cyclops, I need points. So if I'm going with the whip setup, I'm thinking of bringing Proselyte, the prayer armor, just because I'm pretty sure since I have a fruit bat, I really do not need that much defense. Unless Banda somehow gets on me. But if that happens, I'll just be spam clicking my fruit bat. And since I'm going to do God Wars a lot, it means prayer bonus is a huge difference because you're practically staying there a long time. You'll be using prayer, but you want prayer bonus so that you could stay longer. Oh yeah, I got a Verac skirt. It's only 500K. Maybe I'll replace that for some defense. But if I'm gonna go God Wars, I'm gonna need a prayer cape, so I might buy a Soul Wars cape. It's not that hard of a quest, so it shouldn't be that big of a difference. Although I could bring my Rhino cape. Hmm. I haven't been to God Wars in a while, so I don't even know how much prayer you need. Oh wait, that means I need to buy flask too, and super pots. So if you've been listening for like the past 7 minutes, you can tell that I am not really too prepared for God Wars because I haven't done this before when I was doing it on Smokey because I made up to like 100 mil from doing Slayer and other stuff. So I'm not entirely sure how this is gonna work out, but I'll figure it out. It wasn't too hard when I started doing it, although I was in Bandos. So even after spending all that money on 69 summoning, I still think I'm around a 9 mil bank. I'm not too sure on that because I still have full, not full Gano, just Gano top and bottom, although it's nearly degraded. I have a polyport that only has like 200 charges on it. Whip, full Dharok, Fury. Actually, that might be closer to 13 mil. And I probably have 1 or 2 mil in just random stuff like pots and just items that I have. And I could probably, that comes up to around maybe 13, 14 mil bank. And it should only go up from there. I mean, 69 summoning, that's going to last me quite a while. For most of the God Wars, you really do not use that much food if you're in a team. If you're a solo duo, maybe you will, but I won't be doing that. I'll be doing like trios, format. I'm not entirely sure how many people yet, but the only time I'm going to be spending money is when I do maybe herb lore and prayer. Although when I do prayer, I probably going to look into the Dominion Tower thing because I heard that was decent EXP if you haven't done certain quests. Although if I finish Nomad's Requiem, I might see Nomad there. That could be a problem. But I'm quite far from doing Herblore because I would have to first do Dungeoneering for the Herblore, whichever the thing was where you get like the ingredients back. And that's all for this episode. I got 69 summoning. I got two Barrow items, Guthans plate and Darok's leg on the same drop, which was sadly I lost the clip to that. But I also got Verac's skirt like on the second kill of my second trip, which was nice. So thank you for watching and have a nice day.